Welcome to episode number 1 of MLB The Show 22 Postseason Series. And today I'm starting my MLB The Show 22 Postseason Series, like I just said. And I'm doing another postseason bracket. I did not say it in any of my other previous videos. I meant to, but then I forgot, and then I decided, like, after my last video. If you haven't seen it yet, there'll be a link to that video in the description below down here. Obviously, after the last video, I had no choice. But then I thought about it, well, it's a good surprise, right? The bracket's right on the screen, in the middle of the screen, right in front of you guys. As it's the same bracket, almost. It's the same as that bracket as last year's postseason bracket. Yes, I know now there's 6 teams that made it from each league, so 12 total teams, 6 from the AL, 6 from the NL. But in this game, it's still the 5 teams. So that means 3 division winners and 2 wildcard teams. It's almost like 95% the same as last year. So last year's playoff bracket, the same 5 teams for each lead. So like the 5 teams for each lead here in this postseason bracket are almost the same. Out of the 10 teams, 8 of them are the same. The only 2 differences is that instead of the Yankees and the Yankees and Red Sox in the AL wildcard game, it's the Angels and the Twins. The reason I picked the Twins, well, they're my favorite team. The reason I picked the Angels, there's 3 reasons. Trout hasn't been to a playoff game, or hasn't been in the playoffs since 2014. Ohtani's never been in the playoffs, and Shohei Ohtani, is the cover athlete of MLB The Show 22, which I'm playing right now, obviously. They just said that, and it says it in the title, at the top it says it in the title, and I just said it. So that's why I picked the Angels. 3 reasons: Trout hasn't been to the playoffs since 2014. Ohtani's never been to the playoffs, and Shohei Ohtani, who's the same person as Ohtani, I understand Ohtani, but Mike Trout hasn't been to the playoffs since 2014. Shohei Ohtani's never been to the playoffs, and Shohei Ohtani is the cover athlete of MLB The Show 22, which I'm playing right now, obviously. And then the only reason I have the Twins in the playoffs, supposed to in the bracket, is because they're my favorite team. But I decided, because I was thinking, I was like, I could switch it up a little, but I'm not going to. The only thing that I said I switched up was the AL wildcard. Instead of having the Yankees and the Red Sox, it's the Angels and the Twins, and then everything else is the same. So it's the White Sox and Astros and their LDS. Tampa Bay will play the winner of the wildcard game, and then the Cardinals and Dodgers are in the NL wildcard game, and then the winner of that game will play the Giants in the NLDS, and then the other NLDS is the Braves and the Brewers. As I will be filming the AL wildcard game in this episode. And then I'll film, and by the way, the Division Series is best of 5, Championship Series best of 7, World Series best of 7, like it is in real life, and obviously the Wild Card games, there's 1 game. I'll film the AL Wild Card game in this episode, and then say the Twins win it, then they'll play the Rays in the ALDS, then I'll film that ALDS. If the Twins are in a playoff series, or in this case a Wild Card game, which this episode I will film the AL Wild Card game. And then say the Angels won, or let me put it this way: I'll film one of the 2 wildcard games, which is the AL wildcard game, because the Twins are in the AL wildcard game. And then I'll film one of the 4 division series. Like, it's not like to say like I'll film one of the 2 ALDSs and one of the 2 NLDSs. I'll film one of the 4. Yeah, one of the 4 division series. So obviously there's 2 ALDSs, 2 NLDSs. I'll film one of the 4 division series. And then I'll film one of the 2 championship series, so that means I'll film the ALCS or the NLCS, and then obviously, of course, I'll film the World Series. Every game, each game will be a separate episode, so like, say for the Division Series, best of 5, game 1 will be a separate video, game 2 will be a separate video, game 3 will be a separate video, and etc. Same thing for the ALCS or the NLCS, depends which one I film, and then obviously, same thing for the World Series. If the Twins beat the Angels here in the AL wildcard, and after they'll play the Rays in the ALDS, then I'll film that ALDS. And I still might film say the Angels win the wildcard, and then they'll play the Rays in the ALDS. I still might film that ALDS, but I don't have to. But if the Twins are in any playoff series, or in this case a wildcard game, I will film that game, or I'll film that game or the series. And like I said, each game in each series, like for the Division Series, game 1, separate video, game 2, separate video, game 3, separate video. Same thing for the ALCS or the NLCS, and then same thing for the World Series. So, one of the 4 Division Series, I'll film the AL Wild Card, which is in this episode. And then I'll film one of the 4, I'll film the entirety of one of the 4 Division Series, and then I'll film the entirety of the ALCS or the NLCS, and then opposite I filmed the entirety of the World Series. And the goal is they did it done by I'm going to Minnesota to fish with my grandpa and my dad in about 2 weeks, and then that's from like June 13th to June 19th. Well, that's when I leave from Minnesota, June 13th, get back June 19th, and then July 3rd through 13th we're in Tennessee, seeing the Smoky Mountains and other stuff, and then August 16th to like August 24th or something, or yeah, and then August 15th to August 24th I'm in Minnesota to see my grandma and grandpa. So the goal is to get this done by the time I go to Minnesota to see my grandma and grandpa, which I just said is August 16th. And you might think that, oh yeah, that's like 2.5 months away. That's 2.5 months from now. Well, one, I just am going to Minnesota to fish with my grandpa and my dad, going to Tennessee to see the Smoky Mountains, and I also have other stuff to do, like chores, driving and trying to get my driver's license, or get ready for the driver's test, do some basketball training and improve my ball handling, and then I'm doing some reading, like I said, chores as well. So I have other things to do. That's why the goal is to get it done by the time I go to Minnesota to see my grandma and grandpa, which I go to see my grandma and grandpa, the goal is to get this done by the time I go to see my grandma and grandpa in Minnesota, and I go to Minnesota to see my grandma and grandpa on August 16th. So the goal is to get it done by early or mid-August. So yeah. Happy Memorial Day, everyone. Thank you for all your service. Obviously, Memorial Day is to honor the people who die. Veterans Day is to honor the people who still are living. Memorial Day is to remember the people who died serving for our country, fighting for our freedom. So, like, if you're a family member, let's say you're a family member, someone who's still alive, but say your dad, uncle, grandpa served in the military and died, well, thanks for your service. Thank you for your service. Now let's get into the game. I did do a postseason bracket on Memorial Day. I did do a postseason bracket on Memorial Day the last 2 years, and obviously we're doing it again here in 2022. Yeah. So let's get into it. AL wildcard game. So Ohtani, and by the way, DH for the designated hitter, it's on. So I didn't realize there's a universal DH. So the pitchers will not be batting. So there's a DH in the AL and the NL, universal DH. And then the extra inning runner, where you did a runner at center base to start extra innings, is off. So DH is on, so that means it's a universal DH, and then the extra inning runner is off. Because, I mean, I don't like the rule, and obviously it's a rule this year and the last 2 years, but for the 2020 postseason and for the 2021 postseason, they waived the rule, because I don't want the runner at center base to possibly determine a game or a series, and worse, the World Series. So yeah, let's get into the game right now. Yeah, it's Ohtani versus Gray. Let's get into it. 8:05 Eastern, let's get it. Play full game. The Twins, by the way, I did a coin toss to determine who would be the home team for this game, and if it was heads, the Twins would be the home team. If it was tails, the Angels would be the home team. Obviously, it was heads because the Twins are the home team. The Twins will be the red controller, and the Angels will be the blue controller. I promise you, no bias, even in this game, because the Twins. So, no bias. Let's get into it. Here we go. I don't know. Yeah. Home uniforms for the Twins, road uniforms for the Angels. And I will be playing at Target Field, obviously. Holds 38,544. Opened in 2010. Presentation mode, broadcast. Yeah, broadcast. Quick counts on, cloud covered, clear sky. There's only 3 options. So presentation mode, broadcast, quick counts on, cloud covered, clear skies. So yeah, righty versus righty, 95 versus 81. Ohtani's the 95 and Gray's the 81. And then over on the other side. Okay. Okay, we're good. I'm the playoff punch for this game, by the way, and John Shambi is not turned down at all. Here we go. There we go. Winner will move on to the ALDS, where they'll play the Tampa Bay Rays, and the loser will go home. One game wild card. Win, you move on. Lose, and you go home. Unfortunately, Ohtani's pitching in this game, and the pitchers don't bat. There's a DH. Ohtani will not be hitting. There's Trout. There's Correa. This place is rocking as we're here at Target Field in downtown Minneapolis. The 2022 AL Wildcard game between the Los Angeles Angels and the Minnesota Twins. Hello everyone, Vinny J and Sue 42 ATM Man Cave. Welcome to the show as it's a 2022 AL Wildcard game between the Los Angeles Angels and the Minnesota Twins. Win and move on, lose and go home. As like I said, Vinny J and Sue 42 ATM Man Cave. AL Wildcard game, Angels Twins. Win and move on, lose and you go home. As the winner of this game will play the Twins, or the winner of this game will play the Rays in the ALDS, and the loser will go home. That's Buxton for the Angels, or Buxton for the Twins, and Trout for the Angels. Like I said, winner will play the Angels, or the winner of this game will play the Rays in the ALDS, and the loser will go home. First pitch of the AL Wildcard game comes your way next. Sonny Gray, 26 starts technically in 2021, 7-9 record, 4.19 ERA, 135 1/3 innings pitched, 115 hits, 1.22 whip, 50 walks, and 155 strikeouts. And here's Brandon Marshall leading off for Los Angeles. 3-1 hitters count. Center, slur, 4-seam fastball, slider, and a circle change for Gray as we're on our way here in the AL Wildcard game here at Target Field. That's a ground ball up the middle, flat down by Polanco, zips it over to a rise, 1-0 to lead off the game. And here's the starting lineup for the Los Angeles Angels. Brandon Marsh, Mike Trout, Jarrett Walsh, Anthony Rendon, Justin Upton the DH, Matt Stassi, Joe Adell, Matt Duffy, and David Fletcher. 190 home runs in 2021 for the Angels. That was, I believe, it's at 11th in the AL. Here's Mike Trout. And it's a 1-1 count to the Angel center fielder. Foul ball with Trout. That is the slowest delivery of all time. Here we go. 1-2 pitch. That's all a tapper as he had to reach for it. That ball was about a half a foot outside. And throw by Gray to Luis Ariz at first is in time, 2 down. There's Jarrett Walsh, the Angels' first baseman. 1-2 count. Shift is on. That's a ground ball over the head of Gray, but right to Correa. In and over. 1-2-3 in for Gray and the Twins. Twins coming to the bat. No score here in the AL Wildcard game. Shohei Ohtani, 23 starts in 2021, 9-2 record, a 3.18 ERA, 130 1/3 innings pitched, 98 hits, 1.09 whip, 44 walks, and 156 strikeouts. There's Byron Buxton, there's Ariz and Correa. This is Correa's first postseason game in a Minnesota Twins jersey. Here's Buxton. That's a foul ball. He can run. And Rendon's up a few steps at third base. Both pitchers at 5 pitches. That's another foul ball on the cutter. What was that noise? It sounded like it hit like a metal. 4-seam fastball, a slider, a splitter, a cutter, and a curveball for Ohtani. Like I said, both pitchers have 5 pitches. 1-2 pitch. That's a jam shot where no one was. And off the dive and Duffy. But Buxton is safe by a mile because he has 98 speed. Base hit for Buxton as the shift was on. And here's a rise. And you gotta watch Buxton at first base. There he goes. Now Rise with a hit and run. Ground ball Duffy. Throw to first is in time, but Buxton was easily safe at first, or easily safe at second base because he was off with the pitch. Ground out for a Rise, but Buxton at second base. And then the starting lineup for the Minnesota Twins: Byron Buxton, Luis Rise, Carlos Correa, Jorge Polanco, Gio Urshela, Matt Kepler, Gary Sanchez, Alex Kurlioff, and Nick Gordon in DH. 241 average last season, or 241 average for the Twins in 2021. That was 9th in the AL. Now it's Correa, first postseason at bat as a Twin. 2-1 pitch. That's a ground ball. What a snag by Ohtani! Behind his back. If it got by him, I don't think Buxton was going to score because there was like no shift or anything. But what a stop by Ohtani! Now it's Polanco, runner at third, 2 outs. Trying to get the Twins on the board first here in this all-important wild card game here in the first. 1-0 pitch. That's a ground ball. Fletcher, routine. Throw to first is low and picked by Walsh, and that saved the run. Buxton hits a single, but he's stranded at third base. And the 1, no score here at Target Field. Here we go. Here's Rendon, the cleanup man for Los Angeles. No score here in the AL wildcard game. 1-0 pitch. That's a ground ball. Hit the mound. Rolls to Correa. Got a hurry. And got the 20-speeded Rendon as he zips it over to Rise. Correa does. 1 down. And now it's Justin Upton, the DH for the Angels. 1-0 pitch to Upton. Shift is on. And that is hit the outside corner, but call a ball. And 324 career home runs for Upton. So the umpire called it a ball, although it did hit the corner. But 2-1 pitch now, and that is low. 3-1. On deck is Matt Stassi. And I don't know who that umpire is. They said it, but I didn't hear it. Looks like he opens the outside corner for a lefty. This is a righty. No, I don't want to replay. I want a Dame Lawn. Who is the umpire? Busy. So it's Dave Lawrence is the home plate umpire. And then at first base is Ricky Holiday. At center base, Dale Parker. And then at third base, Matthew Ross. Wind 9 miles per hour blowing in from center field. 45 degrees and clear. And then obviously it's a full house. 38,544. 45 degrees though and clear. The wind is blowing in from center field, so it might be hard to hit a home run. Because obviously it's not like warms, the ball will be flying, and the wind blowing in the center field if you hit center. Here we go. It's a 3-1 hitters count now to Upton. And that's a ground ball. Polanco to the left of second. On the runoff, Billings got him. 1 down, or excuse me, 2 down. 5 down for LA. Here's Stastny. Shift is on for him at 2. 20th pitch for Gray. Ground ball. Correa will dive, but it's past the dive, and Correa faced it for Stastny. First of the game for the Angels. 1 on, 2 out. 1 on, 2 out now for Joe Adell. That's a foul ball as he fought it off. He was reaching for the slider on the outside corner. But it's too close to Tate. Still 1 and 2 to Adell. That's a pop-up as he got jamming the four-seamer right to Polanco in and over. As Stastny's 2-out single, Stastny hits the 2-out single, but is stranded at first base. No score after 1.5. Here's Gary Sanchez, who got via trade from the Yankees as part of the Josh Donaldson and Isaiah Tanner-Falefa trade, where they'd obviously return Sanchez and Urshela. This is Urshela, excuse me, not Sanchez. Ground ball, Duffy! Off the dive, and Duffy! 20 on G from Urshela, throw to first! And he's safe. For a second I thought he was out. That's a base hit for Urshela, and now this is Matt Kepler, and then I believe it's Sanchez. Here we go. Runner at first, nobody out for Kepler. That's a foul ball. Still 2-2. Here we go. 1 on, nobody out. That's a ground ball. It's hard to turn 2 though. Second 1. First. And Kepler beats out the relay to bat the first. Fielder's choice. 1 on, 1 out. There was a little slow chopper. And now it's Sanchez with Urshela on. No, I don't know who's on deck. Here we go. 1 on, 1 out for Sanchez. Foul ball. 1 and 2 to the Twins catcher. That's a ground ball back to Ohtani. 2nd 1, first, and that's a double play. 1-6-3 double play in and over. And the 2. No score here in the wildcard game. Now it's Matt Duffy. Then it's the number 9 batter. I'm not sure who it is. And then it's the top of the order for LA. Ground ball Polanco. And that is 8 up, 8 down. Or excuse me, not 8 up, 8 down. They did get 1 hit. Stastny did. 1 down. And now it's Fletcher. Shortstop, batting 9th. 31st pitch coming from Dre. That's a ground ball back to Dre. Zips it over the Luis Arraez. And there's 2 downs. 2 down now. Here's Marsh. That's a foul ball. Now score top 3 here in the AL wildcard game. Winner will move on to the ALDS where they'll play the Tampa Bay Rays, and the loser obviously will go home. Ground ball up the middle, and that will get up the middle for a base hit. 2 out single for Marsh, who has 86 speed. Now Trout's coming up with 2 outs. He's running out in the first, but you gotta watch him. His home run power. Runner first has maybe some steal. Not sure. Ground ball up the middle at the side of the mound. Correa. Well, no, everybody's safe. As he tried to beat the runner going to second base. As he does beat him to the bad. As an infield signal for Trout. As Correa fielded it behind second, trying to beat Fletcher to second base. Could not. And now Walsh is up with 2 on, 2 out. 2 on, 2 out. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. Here comes Marsh. Going to third is Trout. Butson goes to third. Safe at third. And Marsh will score. RBI single for Jarrett Walsh, and the Angels strike first. Here in the AL wildcard, as it got by Gray. And then Butson, I believe, was, for some reason, no, they were up straight up in normalies for here they are. So, Marsh scores from second. Trout, who's at first, gets to third. Runs in the corners, 2 outs for Anthony Rendon. 1-0 LA. Ground ball back to Dre. And the inning is eventually over to an hour and a half to throw the ball. The Angels get 1, but they leave 2. The 1 run was driven in by Jarrett Walsh on the RBI single. At middle of 3, it's now 1-0 LA. Here we go, bottom 3. Here's Alex Kurlioff. Then it's Nick Gordon, the DH. Then it's the top of the order. Ground, a line drive almost hit Ohtani. Out the middle, base hit, leadoff single for the Twins. And here comes Nick Gordon, the DH. Now it's Nick Gordon, 1 on, nobody out. That's a ground ball up the middle. Duffield flattened it down. 2nd 1, first. And Nick Gordon will beat out the relay. Fielder's choice, 1 on, 1 out for the Twins top of the order. And here comes Byron Buxton, who's singled in the first. It's foul ball, still full count. You might maybe see the runner in motion. Here we go. Full count to Buxton. There goes Gordon. And Buxton will put it in play. Gordon will get the center, throw to first. Got Buxton. No chance that will put as Gordon was in motion. Ground out for Buxton. Now it's runner at center, 2 outs for Luis Arraez. Hits the outfield, should tie the game. 2-1 count to Arraez. Ground ball, Fletcher almost hit Gordon. Going to third, zips it over to first. Kind of low, but Fletcher or Walsh will catch it in and over. Twins stranded a runner at center base. We headed to the 4th. 1-0 LA. Top 4 now. 1-0 Angels. Here's Upton. Ground ball into shift. Flat down by Polanco. Throw to Rise at first. 1 down. As Matt Stastny is 1 for 1 with a single. Ground ball past Gray, but right into the shift. Polanco behind or to the right of second. Throw to Rise, 2 down. Now it's Joe Adele. Full count. That's a little tapper in front of the play. Is it fair? It is. Sanchez will throw to Rise in and over. 1, 2, 3 to the Angels. Middle of 4, the score is the Angels 1 and the Twins 0 here in the AL wildcard game. Here we go, there's Correa. Didn't miss anything. Here we go, full count to Correa. 45th pitch in the time for Ohtani. Fly ball right field. First ball really in the air for either team, but the right fielder Adele is there, 1 down. Now it's Polanco. Ground ball, Ohtani, it actually got by Ohtani. Thrown to first by Duffy, still not Polanco by a step, 2 down. Now it's Urshela, who's singled in the second. 3-1 count to Urshela, and that is low ball 4 on the cutter. And it's a 2-out walk for Urshela, and then it continues. Now it's Kepler. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball at the middle, base hit. And Urshela is only 29 speed. It will stay at second base. So 2-out walk by Urshela. Now a 2-out single by Kepler. 2-on, 2-out for Minnesota. Trying to tie this game up right here, right now. Now it's a 3-2 count. So both runners will be in motion. 60th pitch of the game coming from Ohtani. Full count to Sanchez. The players, or the runners will be off on the pitch. Fly ball right center. Going back to Duffy. And he will call and catch, and the Twins strand a pair of runners. And the 4, the score is still 1-0 Angels here at Target Field. We're back here at the ballpark. Finney, J, and 2, 4, 2, 18 minutes. Top 5 in the AL wildcard game. 1-0 Angels. Ground ball, Polanco spears it on a hop. 1 down. Now it's Fletcher, top the order, follow. 60th pitch coming from Gray through 4 1/3. Ground ball off the end of the bat. Polanco will field and throw, 2 down. Now it's Marsh, a single and stored in his last at bat, which was, I believe, in the 3rd inning. 1-on pitch. That's a fly ball left field. Bat is curly off, and he's dotted in and over. 1-2-3 to the 1-2-3 to the Angels. Halfway home here in the AL wildcard game. The score is the Angels 1 and the Twins 0. Here we go. Here's the Twins. There's Alex Kurleoff who caught that last ball. Then it's Nick Gordon. Then it's top the order in Buxton. Ground ball hit the side of the mound. Fletcher will field, throwing the run, and he got the Kurleoff or Curly off by a step. Here's Gordon from one of the fielder's choice. Then it's Buxton. Ground ball up the middle. Fletcher, same spot. Another throw on the run, and he got Gordon too by probably like 5 or 6 steps here. 2 down. Quickly 2 down in the 5th. Now it's Buxton to signal it in the 1st. Here we go, trying to get his team going here. That ground ball hit hard on the ground base hit. 2-out signal for Buxton, and now here comes a Rise. 1-on, 2-out. Here we go. There goes Buxton. That's a ground ball where Fletcher was it because he vacated it. Now there's a miscommunication. Buxton's coming around and he'll score. Buxton comes all the way around as there's miscommunication between Fletcher or between Marsh and Trout. RBI down for a Rise, and this game is tied. And now a runner at center, 2 outs for Correa as the Twins are on the board. Trying to take the lead now. Foul ball. As Buxton had that speed, 98 speed. And a little miscommunication between Brandon Marsh and Mike Trout allowed Buxton to score. Now Correa. Ground ball to the middle, base hit. Here comes Trout, and he'll just throw it to the cutoff man. As Arise will score easily, as eventually it's thrown home by Duffy. It's an RBI single for Carlos Correa, and it's 2-1 Minnesota. As there was RBI double, this is all with 2 outs. Single by Buxton, double by Arise, RBI double by Arise. Now RBI single for Correa, 2-1 Minnesota here in the 5th. Fly ball left field. Marsh will call and catch in and over, but the Twins did 2, and they hit 2 runs. They hit 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left. End of 5. The score is now 2-1 Twins. Here we go. Here's Trout, who had singled last time. This team's now down by 1 here in the 6th. Ground ball hit hard. Past the dive and Correa, base hit for Trout, second of the game, and he's representing the tie and run here in the 6th. Here we go, 3-2 count now. And they're starting to warm up. Cody Stashak in the Twins bullpen in left center field. 1 on, nobody out for Jarrett Walsh. The RBI in the last time. Ground ball to be 2. Polanco, Correa, Arise! Double play, 2 down. 4-6-3 double play. That was a Polanco, Correa, Arise. 4-6-3 double play, 2 down. For Rendon is 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts. Win expectancy 78% for the Twins, 22% for the Angels. Top sets, 2 outs. Fly ball right center. Routine for Buxton. And the inning is over. 1 hit for the Angels in the inning, but it was a race on a double play. Middle of 6th, the score is 2-1 Minnesota. 5-7 do it for the Twins here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's Urshela. 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. 1 on pitch. Ground ball Duffy. Will throw to Jarrett Walsh. 1 down. Now it's Matt Sepler singled in the 4th. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball snagged again by Ohtani. Behind his back. Second time it's done this in this game. 2 down. Now it's Sanchez 0 for 2 with a pop out and a ground out. He did on Curly off with time of the plate. And they're starting to warm up Aaron Loop in the Angels bullpen. So there's a righty warm up in the Twins bullpen and a lefty warming up in the Angels bullpen. 85th pitch from Ohtani. Ground ball on the shift. Duffy to the left of second. Zips it over to Walsh and an over. 1-2-3 to the Twins. The Twins have a 2-1 lead after 6 innings of play here in the AL wildcard game. Here we go. Here's Upton as our official in the bat third of the game. Gray's still in the stand. This is his 7th inning of work. There sits. Ground ball, and that will by Polanco as he punches it through the shift. 1 on, nobody out for the Angels as the time runs on base and nobody out here in the 7th. And that might be the end of the day for Gray. And here's Stastny, and here comes Rondo Baldelli out of the Minnesota dugout. Here comes Cody Stashak from the Minnesota bullpen. Slider forcing fastball on a changeup for Stashak, trying to do a double play ball maybe. Ground ball up the middle. Polanco's there, second 1, first, and it's thrown over the head of Arise into the dugout, and Stastny would hit center base. As Polanco under him flipped the Correa, and then Correa fired that ball over the head of Arise into the Twins dugout, and Dodge did a throwing error. Correa started the throwing error, and Stastny hits 1 base, and which means he hits the center base. Runner sent it 1 out, and that's a tie and run. Here's Adele. Ground ball, Stashak, runner will not advance, 2 down. Now it will be, not sure who's batting 8th. It is Matt Duffy. Runner sending 2 outs, hit the outfield, should tie this game. Ground ball right to Polanco on a hop. Throw to first, in and over, and the Correa error does not commit to haunt the Twins. 7 in stretch time here at the ballpark. 2-1 Twins. Here we go, bottom 7. There's Alex curling off 1 for 2 with a single, and Ohtani's coming out of his game now. So yeah, they're bringing in the lefty to face the lefty. Remember, you have to face 3 batters. Center, cutter, circle change, and a slur. So no fastball for Luke. And he is sort of a submariner. Ground ball, Fletcher. Well, zips it over to first. 1 down here in the 7th. Angels only have 6 more outs to work with, down 1. There's DH Nick Dorton, and they're starting to warm up Tyler Duffy, one of the 2 setup men for the Twins, in the Twins bullpen in left center. No action in the Angels bullpen. Top the order follow. Foul ball. Ground ball, Fletcher again. Throw the first in time, 2 down. And now here comes the top of the order and Byron Buxton. 2 for 3 in this game with 2 singles and a run story. Scored the first run for the Twins on a rise RBI double. Ground ball, or really a Walsh, and he'll beat Buxton to the bat and over. 1, 2, 3 to the Twins, and a 7. It's 2-1 Twins. Here we go, top 8 now. Here's Fletcher, top of the order follow. And they're done with Brendan Duffy. Here we go. 2-1 Twins. Here's Duffy, top 8. Ground ball, pass, Duffy, and pass to Ivan Correa. Base hit for Fletcher, the number 9 batter. And now here comes the top of the order with a time run at first base and nobody out. And you might maybe see a sacrifice here, I'm not sure. And they're all starting to warm up. Their closer, Yohan Duran, the Twins are in their bullpen. And they're also warming up Joe Smith, who's a middle relief pitcher in their bullpen. So 2 righties warm up in the Twins bullpen. You might maybe see a sacrifice coming in at third base is Urshela. And the sacrifice is fouled back. Now it's 1-2. And if you foul this one off, if 2 strikes, if you bunt foul, it's a strike. He's trying to bunt with 2 strikes, and is it fair? It is foul by a hair, as it's fielded by a rise, maybe like a foot foul, and because he bunted with 2 strikes, it's a strikeout. So it's technically a strikeout for Duffy. Now it's a full count to Trout. You might see the runner at first in motion. Here we go. Here's Trout, full count. Runner in motion. Ground ball where no one was. Base hit. And the runner at first will go to third. Now it's Fletcher, throw to third, not in time. And the tying run's 90 feet away with 1 out for, I believe, Jarrett Walsh. And now Jarrett Walsh, yes. Runners in the corners, 1 out, double play is in order. And now here comes the pitching coach, which is Wes Johnson from Minnesota. 11 pitches thrown, 6 balls, 5 strikes, 11 total pitches. He's obviously got single, then obviously the bunt foul, 3rd strike, which is a strikeout, then a single with the runner in motion. 2-1 count now to Walsh. Double play with it down to the inning. Time runs 90 feet away. Go ahead runs at first base. 2-1 pitch. 2-2 pitch now to Walsh. Looking for a strike down or a double play. Here we go. That's a jam shot. Urshela get there and foul ground, and he cannot. As it was going over his shoulder and hit his glove, foul ball. Still 2-2. Foul ball again to Battle. Here we go. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball at the middle, base hit! And this game is tied. Walsh comes through again as he has both RBIs, I believe, for the Angels. And the game's tied. 2-on-1 out now for LA. And now the win expectancy 58% for the Angels, 42% for the Twins. And they're done with Brennan. Well, now Duran is ready and waiting. Although he's closing out the game's time. Here comes Joe Smith as Duffy gets 1 out on the bunt 3rd strike foul, which means it was a strikeout. Runners and base are responsible with Duffy, so he could possibly get the loss in this game. Here's Rendon, 2-on-1 out. He's 0 for 3. He is due. Here we go. Center slider and a 4-seam fastball for Smith, who's a submariner. 3-2 count. And it's a fly ball. Could have been ball 4 maybe. Buxton's there. And he will make the catch in shallow right center. We'll throw it to third, 2 down. And that was a bad throw. Blocking is Urshela with his chest, 2 down. Now it's Upton. Winning specialty now. Twins are 54%, 46% for the Angels. Here we go. 1-1 pitch. A little tap of bat to Smith. And Smith will get out of the inning with the game still tied as he cleans up Duffy's mess. But Walsh will tie the game with another RBI single as he has both RBIs, both on RBI singles. As he's driven in both runs for LA, both on RBI singles. Middle of 8th now 2-2. Here we go, here's a rise. Loop will stay in this game because there's no one warm up in the LA bullpen. Now they're starting to warm up Ryan Tepera, one of their two setup men in the Angels bullpen. And like I said, Duran is ready and waiting in Twins bullpen. Their closer just needs to take the lead here in the 8th. Ground ball off the end of the bat. Fletcher throw to first, 1 down. Now it's Trey with an RBI single that did in the lead. I believe in his last at 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Ground ball, Walsh. And there's quickly 2 down here in the 8th. No runners on 2 outs, bottom 8. And now here comes Jorge Polanco. 0 for 3 in this game. Ground ball, the other center baseman. And we head to the 9th here in the AL wildcard game with a score. The Angels 2 and the Twins 2 after 8 innings of play. 9th inning, AL wildcard game. Winner will move on, loser will go home. Smith will stay in this game for now. Ground ball where no one was, base hit, and that's a go-ahead run here in the 9th. And now it's Joe Adele, and you might see a sacrifice here if he can hit the bunt down. 1-on pitch, and he popped the bunt up, and now popped it up to a rise to not get to the bat to the bad, as the runner at first does get back to the bad, but he popped the bunt up, and now it's Matt Duffy. Smith stays in the game, 3-2 pitch, runner stays put, ground ball charging is Polanco, no chance for 2, and throw to first is in time, but the tying run, or the go-ahead run out center makes it 2 outs. Hits the outfield, should give the Angels the lead. And it's David Fletcher who singled and scored in his last at-bat. And if he continues on, top of the order will follow. It's a full count to Fletcher. Ground ball rise. And he'll take it to the bat himself, in and over. And the Twins can move on to the ALDS by scoring 1 run in the bottom of the 9th. Middle of 9, 2-2. So Shella, Tepler, and Sanchez, 5, 6, 7. Bottom 9. And then Brendan Ryan to pair trying to stay in the extra innings. Like I said, there's no extra inning rule. Here we go. Slider, 14 fastball, 2-seam fastball, circle change for Tepera, trying to stay in the extras. Ground ball, Fletcher. Throw to first is in time, 1 down here in the bottom of the 9th. Now it's Tepler, then it's Sanchez. As Twins trying to win it here, Angels trying to force it in extra innings. Fly ball, right field, shift was on. So Duffy, the center baseman, was in shallow right field. He'll make the catch in like medium deep right field, 2 down. Now it's Sanchez. Here with no runners on 2 outs, bottom 9. 0 for 3. And he got jammed on a circle change inside severely. Glove flip to Walsh. And we are heading to extra innings here in the wild card game. And the 9, 2-2 here in the AL wild card game. Here we go, top 10, no extra inning rule. Here we go, Smith stays in the game, 27 pitch coming. Here's Marsh, ground ball, top of the order for LA here in the 10th. Throw to first, got him, 1 down here in the 10th. Here we go, it's a no extra roll. Trout 3 for 4, 3 singles. Here we go, trying to have his team move on and not see them exit here in the wild card. And ground ball, Polanco now. And Trout's only retired for the 7th time here tonight. 2 down quickly here in the top of the 10th. And now it's Walsh 2 for 2, or 2 for 4 with 2 singles and driven in both runs for LA. Ground ball off the backside of Smith. Recovers, through to first, in and over. Middle of 10. Still a 2-2 game. Here we go. Here's Alex Turlioff. And there's another Archie Bradley in the LA bullpen. And Duran still running away in the Twin bullpen. That also Stunner went up. Jorge Alcala in the Twin bullpen with Duran still ready and waiting. Here we go. Nick Gordon on deck. Foul ball. Fly ball deep left center field. Perfect. But Marsh will run it down in left center field. Well shy of the track, but it was hit well. By the best ball hit well, or the best hit ball all day. Perfect, but finds Marsh's gloves. Here's Gordon. Butson's on deck. Ground ball, Fletcher. And throw to first is in time, and the Twins haven't had a base runner or a hit, and might have been since the inning where they scored 2 runs. Here's Butson 2 for 4 with 2 singles and has scored a run on the Rise RBI double that tied the game. Here we go, trying to end the game here. 1-1 pitch. Foul ball. And that is a call. Strike 3 as Bunsen strikes out looking. We head to the 11th. Still a 2-2 game. Top 11 now. Here's Anthony Rendon. Here comes Jorge Alcala. Duran still ready and waiting. He can have 14 fastball candidates to triple digits. Rendon 0 for 4. Ground ball at the middle. And diving stomp by Polanco. Gets to his feet, but Rendon will beat it by a hair. And that's a go-ahead run at first base with nobody out. And Taylor Wade will pinch run for Anthony Rendon.
Looks like we've got a substitution at first. Pinch run for the Angels, Tyler Wade.
Here's Upton. And it looks like a late bunt. And that did not go well at all. Here we go, 1-2 pitch now. Ground ball, this should be 2. He's going to tend the runner. Double play. 2 down. Now it's Matt Stastny, 2 for 4 with a couple of singles. Trying to get in the bottom of the 11th, still tied at 2. Foul ball. Right 1-2 pitch. Ground ball, Polanco hit the mound to the left of second. Throw to first, in and over. Middle of 11, it's still a 2-2 game. Tyler Wade will remain in the game, play third base. Here's a rise, 1 for 4, that RBI double that tied the game earlier. Ground ball, hit the mound. And throw to first is in time, 1 down. Now it's Correa, and an RBI single earlier. Little jam shot. Back to Tepera. And neither team can hit here in extra innings. Twins haven't had a hit in forever. Or a base runner. Here's Polanco's 0 for 4. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball. And the Twins go 1-2-3. We're headed to 12th. Still a 2-2 game here in the wild card game. Here we go. Top 12. Here's Adele. 0 for 4 with in the game. Still in the stand is Alcala. Ground ball back to Alcala. And he'll throw to first. 1 down. Here we go. And here's Duffy. With Fletcher on deck. Then on top of the order if the inning gets that far. Ground ball. And we've started to have a pitcher's duel here in extra innings. Quickly 2 down here in the 12th. As neither team wants to win it here. There's Fletcher, 1 for 4 with a single and a run scored. As someone trying to win it here. Ground ball by Fletcher to Polanco. And 1-2-3 of the Angels here in the top of the 12th. We head to the bottom of the 12th. Still 2-2 game. Here we go. Here's Urshela. Tepera still in this game. 25th pitch. Fly ball, shallow right field. Adele's coming in. And he's got it. Like the Adele. 1 down. Neither team wants to win it here. As here's Kepler. Sanchez on deck. Fly ball center field, but Trout is standing right there. He's had to shift on, and the Twins haven't had a base runner or a hit since the inning they scored their 2 runs, which was like, what, the 5th inning? Or maybe, here's Sanchez. Ground ball back to the pitcher. We hit the 13th. Still 2-2 here in the AL wildcard game. Here we go. Here's Marsh, top of the order. And they're gonna bring in Duran, their closer, although it's not a safe situation. Here we go. Foul ball. 4-seam fastball, a curveball, a slider, and a 2-seam fastball for Yohan Duran. Their closer, Twins closer, it's not a safe situation. Ground ball back to Duran. 1 down. The lucky number 13th inning, or the lucky 13th inning. Someone win it. Here's Trout 3 for 5 with 3 singles. Ground ball, make that 4 for 6 with 4 singles. And that's single for Trout against a shift. Runner at first, nobody out, or runner at first, 1 out. Trout's running. And it's a fly ball. Trout's to retreat here. It's caught by the left fielder. He'll throw it at the first. Trout will get back. Runner at first, 2 outs. And now it's Tyler Wade, who came in for as a pinch hitter earlier. 1 on, 2 out. Line drive. Kepler coming in. And he is there, in and over. Middle of 13, still a 2-2 game. The team wants to win it here. And bring in Archie Bradley to face Kepler. As the pair went, what, like 3 innings or something. Here we go. Gordon on deck. Ground ball base hit. It's a first hit and first base runner for Minnesota. And I think like 5 innings. Runner at first, nobody out. It's a win and run at first base. And now it's Gordon, who's the number 9 batter. Buxton's on deck. You should sacrifice if you're able to. He lays it down but fouls it back. And now, if you bunt it foul here with 2 strikes, it is a strikeout. We learned that earlier. He's bunting it down. This one's on the ground. It's a foot race to the first base pad, and he's safe. As it was fielded by Walsh, he was in no man's land. Gordon gets on. So a single and then an infield single on a bunt. And now it's Byron Buxton with 2 on, nobody out. It's 2 for 5 in the name of Rise on deck. 1-2 pitch to Buxton, 2 on, nobody out. Ground ball, this should be 2. Second one, first double play. As Buxton's doubled up. And now it's up to a Rise. With the win and run 90 feet away. As Buxton with 98 speed. Almost impossible to double up, but he doubled up there. Runner at third, 2 outs. That's the win and run. That is the win and run at third base for Rice. 1 for 5 with an RBI double. Hit to the outfield, or any hit in general, or an error, wild pitch, pass ball would win this game. Line drive, well, it gets down, and it will! The Twins win it! A Rise comes through, and the Twins are on their way to the ALDS. As the Twins walk it off to win the wild card game, a Rise with a little looper. It was a little soft pop-up in the center field as it was over the head of the second baseman or over the head of the infielders and in front of the outfielders. And the Twins win it 3-2 here in the AL wildcard game as they walk off the Angels 3-2 in, 13 innings. A Rise the hero. And the Twins advance to the ALDS while they'll play the Tampa Bay Rays as the Twins walk off the Angels 3-2 in 13. As Duran gets the win and Bradley gets the loss, and the Twins are on their way to the American League Division Series, where they'll play the Tampa Bay Rays as they walk off the Angels 3-2 and 13. Yeah, it was. Twins do beat the Angels 3-2 in 13 innings, as the Twins are on their way to the ALDS, where they'll play the Tampa Bay Rays. As Duran, who pitched in, gets the win. Bradley, who pitched 2/3 in, gets the loss. The first 2 guys got on, single, and then by Turlioff, infield single on a bunt by Gordon, and then obviously then forced a 3 double play by Buxton, but then a Rise picks up picks up Buxton and then his entire team with an RBI single to center field. and the Twins win it. The Twins got both of their runs, well, the first 2 runs in the 5th inning, and they went like, I think like 4 or 5 innings without a hit or a base runner. As they finally got, what, in the 13th they got 2 singles, well, 3 singles, a single, double play, and then a single. As the Rise went 2 for 6 with a double, a single, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. And then obviously Correa drove in the other run. This was an RBI double by Rise to tie the game at 1. Correa had an RBI single that made it 2-1 Minnesota. Angels then tied it in the 8th with an RBI single by Walsh, the second RBI single, because the Angels, I believe, scored their first run in the 3rd or 4th inning, and that was another RBI single by Walsh, and then as first one, and then the second one tied the game at 2 in the 8th, and then after that, walk-off RBI single for a Rise, send the Twins to the ALDS in the bottom of the 13th. At the game, 2 runs on 12 hits, no errors for the Angels, 3 runs on 10 hits, 1 error. 2 runs on 12 hits, no errors for the Angels, 3 runs on 10 hits, 1 error for the Twins, and that 1 error was by Carlos Correa, that throwing error into the Twins dugout on a possible double play, but didn't come back to haunt the Twins, as the Angels did not hit the Twins 12-10, but the Twins outscored the Angels 3-2, as the Twins win the AL wildcard in 3-2 in 13 innings, and the Twins are on their way to the ALDS, where they'll play the Tampa Bay Rays. As Game 1 and Game 2 will be in Tampa, and then Game 3 and then Game 4, if necessary, will be in Minnesota, and then Game 5, if necessary, is back in Tampa. So this episode of this series, hopefully, my plan is hopefully, if I'm able to film an episode of this series or post an episode, and film, I guess, an episode of the series every other day. So hopefully that episode of the series will be Wednesday, hopefully. Hopefully, and but either way, it doesn't matter when this episode of the series will be. Hopefully, it'll be Wednesday, but no matter when it is in real life, in this game, it will be Game 1 of the ALDS between the Twins and the Rays, and the Game 1, like I said, and Game 2 will be in Tampa at Tropicana Field, or really, Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg. But either way, this episode of the series will be Game 1 of the ALDS. It'll be the ALDS between the Twins and the Rays. Game 1, like I said, is at Tropicana Field in Tampa. As head of a day, Twins beat the Angels 3-2 in 13 innings here in the AL wildcard game, and they're on their way to the ALDS, like I said, where they'll play, like I said, the Tampa Bay Rays. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Next video on this channel will most likely be the next video, or the next video on this channel will most likely be the next episode of my Colorado Rockies franchise series, and it will be the show 20, and hopefully that video will go up tomorrow. There's a possibility the next video on this channel could be the next episode of the series. It could be that, or it could be the next episode of my Colorado Rockies franchise series, and it won't be the show 20. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, it's time to close the board. If you have to, time for the closing. No board. If you have to upload the like button, subscribe if you haven't yet. Tell your mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about these videos. And yeah, I'm gonna see you in episode number 2 of the show 22 postseason series. See you in episode number 2, and you don't want to bacon and go Twins.